Alright guys, welcome to the break. It's 8:30. We're going to get it going. We have a full case of Super Jumbo. Let me know if you could hear me, see me, etc. Not see me, see the cards. Someone say something in the chat if you do. Thank you as always for joining. We have a few more cases of draft. I don't have any listed on eBay for now, but I'll get some going hopefully for next week. How's it going, Scott? Good to have you back, man. Feel like I should do a reunion with all the people I've done breaks with here. You guys are a friendly bunch, and we love having you here. Thank you. Hey, Paul, what's up, man? How you been? Start with box number 1 here in the Super Jumbo. Long day today. I helped my brother move U-Haul trucks, things of that nature. Hey John, how's it going? Thought doing a break would be maybe a little much, but here we are. I'm doing good. How's it going, Doug? I did find someone to buy my table in Atlanta. Couldn't go, had family visiting here from overseas, so stuck around. Traveling's kind of tough with a baby as well, so give it to the next show. Not quite ready yet for the travel, apparently. Oh, wow, okay, so you're headed there. That's cool. It should be a really good show. This is box number 1, just FYI. We separate the paper. That ships as one spot to one person who buys the whole thing. And then we look at the chromes. Start with a Jared McKenzie blue going out to the Nationals. First hit going to the Nationals. Jared McKenzie, blue paper. Looks like the Nationals just hit a really nice one. This is a red auto of Elijah Green. Holy cow. Numbered to 5. Wow. Okay. That doesn't suck. Nationals just hit really big. We got John Kasevich, the 499. Wow. Doug, do you have the Nationals? Let me see who bought the Nationals here. The Nationals. 37E. Going out to Doug. Holy cow. Let me get that in a top loader for you, Doug. Here you go. MLB Draft Auto. Doug staying hot in my breaks. Wow. There you go. Numbered 5 of 5. Congrats, Doug. Nice job, man. Wow, we got a Jackson Holiday base auto. This is turning into an insanely good case. Jacob Melton to 499. What's up, Multan? How you doing, pal? Got a Jackson Holiday. We got an Elijah Green number to 5 in the first box. Crazy. Hot Lava Fire. That's right. Not sure. When is Houston? I'm not even sure. I'm on a different schedule now with having a kid. I'm sure you know that all too well, Mr. Mouton. We got a Benny Montgomery to 199. This February 4th. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. Maybe not. I assume you're going, Mouton. Alright, let's look at the autos. We start with a Gabriel Rincones to 499 for the Phillies. This is a tough auto to hit. Phillies don't hit a lot of autos. We got a Jackson Holiday base for the Orioles. So the Orioles hitting big time here. We then have a Jacob Misiorowski going to the Brewers. This guy's apparently a very good pitching prospect. Super tall, 6'7". And then we have Ryan Cermak going to the Rays. All right, so I'm gonna pull cards out that I will sleeve, but I'm not gonna do it on camera. We'll do it when we sort. Gavin Cross Refractor, Holiday Insert. We got an Alex McFarland going to the Phillies. This is a number to 50 Gold Refractor. That one will get top loaded. Tamar Johnson, Jet Williams, Elijah Green, Reggie Crawford Refractor, Jackson Holiday and Melendez, Samuel Zavala to 250. Holiday Insert, Elijah Green base, the Louder base, Jimmy Crook Sparkle, Mikey Romero base. Let me lower the fan a little bit. Brooks Lee base. Jace Jung base. Parada base. Oscar Colas to 199. Lesko Refractor. Zach Neto base. Tamar Johnson, insert. We got a Matt McClain to 150 here. This is a Bowman Invicta. Drew Gilbert refractor. And that'll do it for box one. Let's head over to the second box. Grab my mouse real quick. Okay. Box number 2 coming your way. Rays and cards. Well, we just did a Cermak auto for you, Tony. So, let's start. It's like Orioles and Nationals so far are big winners. Brian Acuna to 499. Jason Dominguez to 499. Yankees. Looks like the Braves are hitting a couple autos here. Pile looks a little higher. I don't know. Jonathan Mejia, 92 of 99, green paper. Three Braves autos in this box. Scott, do you have the Braves tonight? I assume you do. We start off with Jet Williams going to the Mets. Base auto of Jet Williams. Move on to the Braves with a true blue of Drake Baldwin. So, Scott, looks like you made some nice choices tonight. Move on to a sparkle of Cade Horton. This is 10 of 71. I believe Cade was a top 10 pick in the draft. Number 7 overall. Cubbies. Getting this nice Cade Horton. We then have a base J.R. Ritchie auto for the Braves. Followed by a refractor of David McCabe. So 3 autos to the Braves, 1 to the Mets. Hopefully a happy Scott. And if you're happy, we're happy. That's what I always say. Rocker. No, thank you, Scott, for joining these breaks. We appreciate it. I mean, it's all for fun, and, you know, we obviously want you to hit stuff. Here's a Romero refractor. Brooks Lee base. Parada. Mikey Romero. Jace Jung base. Yerlin Confidant to 199. This man will listen to you. He will be your confidant. You will be your Lynn confidant. Termarr Johnson insert. We got a Cole Young refractor. Elijah Green base. Chase DeLauder base. We have a Jordan Walker sparkle. Eric Brown with a refractor. Jackson Holiday and Melendez. Termarr Johnson. Jet Williams. Jace Jung refractor. Drew Gilbert. Gavin Cross. Jordan Lawler to 99. Brooks Lee refractor. 4 boxes left, fellas. Been a really nice case. Got this little dry cough. I'm sure you guys hear I took a COVID test, so that was negative, so we're all good, but been nagging me a little bit. Kind of sucks. Anyone have some good natural remedies for me? Honey and lemon. I'm open to suggestions. Whiskey. I like that, Scott. I like where your head's at. I feel like I could use a bunch of that. I need whiskey on the porch. With good friends. Relax. How does that sound to all of you guys? Remember, in 2020, we lived in New York City, and then during the pandemic, the first place we moved to was South Carolina, and the house we rented had this huge wraparound porch with, you know, some rocking chairs on it. And I just remember, you know, feeling that, you know, they talk about like Southern comfort, and it really was like that. I mean, it's a different feeling because you hear nature, and you kind of smell it in the air, and you know you could kind of sit on your porch and just relax in that way. Not something I was used to in New York City. I did grow up in the suburbs of New Jersey, but not quite the same. Here's a Jack Brannigan to 150. I don't know if that was a relaxing story for you guys, but just try to visualize that. Kind of just feels different in the South, I would say. We live in Florida now. It's a little different than that too, but definitely just an interesting vibe I wasn't used to. Here's a Tampa auto for you, Mr. Morton, so that should be good. Another Tampa auto, so Scott picked the right teams today, other than the Nationals. Here's a Mikey Romero to 499. I thought you said you had Tampa. And, oh, you had the Mets. My bad. Thought you said you had Tampa. Tony, you have Tampa, right? Was that Tony you said who had Tampa? Maybe it was Tony. That's right, Mets and Braves. NL East Battle Royale. No, Tony probably not cool with that. I agree with you, man. I'm just trying to give Scott all the cards. Noah Schultz for the White Sox to 199. Alright, autos. We got Noah Schultz. Blue Wave to 150 for the White Sox. So back-to-back for Noah Schultz. We have Dominic Keegan with a purple, 127 of 250 for Tampa. You bought the Mets because they're a team that has value in the set. That's why you bought them. And you got a Jet Williams, so nothing wrong with that. They did well yesterday, too. That's probably why. We then have a Jared McKenzie going to Doug with the Nationals. This is an Aqua Ray Wave to 199. And then the Royals hitting a Caden Wallace base auto. Alright, let's go through these. Zach Neto base. McKenzie to 250 for the Nats. Hey, Roto, how's it going, man? I miss you, pal. Haven't heard your voice in a long time. Cole Young base. Jackson Holiday insert. Nice emoji. Giving you a fist bump and a thumbs up. Jackson Holiday with a refractor too. Much love for the Roto man. Buy into his breaks. He does a great job and he provides value. That's what Roto's all about. It's what Roto Breaks is all about. Great value, great friends, Roto Breaks. It's like the Papa John's slogan. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Jackson Holiday with an insert. Mikey Romero refractor. Jet Williams base, DeLauder base. Jake Bennett to 199 for the Nationals. Eric Brown, the refractor. Let me find that Holiday refractor. Yeah, get that top loaded. That's a Termarr Johnson refractor too. We'll get that one top loaded. Jackson Holiday and Melendez base. Termarr Johnson base. Elijah Green insert. Jung refractor. Gilbert base. Cross base. Kumar Rocker base. Brooks Lee refractor. Parada base, Romero base, Eric Brown base, Jace Jung base. Gavin Cross mood ring. They say those are case hits, but I think you hit multiple per case, if I'm being honest. I'll top loader it though. All right, like take a quick sip. We're here at the halfway point. Alright, box number 4, guys. So we're at the halfway point. We pulled some really nice stuff. Took a couple of minutes there to answer some questions and send a couple texts. But back, got a Kevin Parada here. Ooh, okay. Scott Morton, my man. We get that sleeved up for you, Scott. Got a Kevin Parada here with an Aqua Ray Wave. Numbered to 199 for the Mets. Put that alongside your Jet Williams. You done good getting the Mets today, pal. You done good. You hear me? I'm liking it for you too, man. You done good. Was it you who lives in that town, Dallas? Dallas, is that where you live, Scott? Sean McClain to 499. Tell me about it. I want to hear about Dallas, Georgia. I don't know anything about it. I know Dallas, Texas. Obviously, that's the famous Dallas. But tell me about Dallas, Georgia. I want to learn something tonight. I feel like I'm doing repetitive things here of breaking cards, but I want to learn something. Educate me, pal. Here's a Sean McClain to 250. We're building the Sean McClain Rainbow Paper Starter Set tonight here at Roto Breaks. I'm hungry for knowledge. Teach me. What's the town about? What's it known for? Here is a Luis Meza to 199 for the Blue Jays. The bluest of Jays. We have a Blue Jay at my in-laws' house that always eats the cat's food outside. Real crazy bird. Ooh, a Kevin Parada auto again. Scott, you're on fire, pal. You are en fuego. Jackson Chourio with a gold paper here to the Brewers. This is a big prospect. Not his first Bowman. 35 miles northwest of Atlanta. Not much to tell, suburbs. I one time went to a work conference. Where was it? Brazelton? Does that ring a bell for you, Scott? We did it at some like winery there. I didn't even know they had wineries in Atlanta or in the Georgia area. You might know what the place is. Here's a Kevin Parada for you, pal. Does that ring a bell, Brazelton? I went to a Gwinnett Stripers game. Yeah, that's a red of Elijah Green. Pretty sick hit. And Scott Morton also killing it. Chateau Elan. Was that what it was called? Was that what it was called? It might have been. Chateau Elan. Can't remember. The wine wasn't very good. I remember that. It was like weird grapes. Very sweet wine they produce. Jimmy Crooks, base auto to the Cardinals. Next up, we have a true blue of Jacob Misiorowski, 34 of 150. Yeah, Gwinnett. So I went to a Stripers game. Very close to being strippers, by the way. I know it's like their logo is like a striped bass. Stripers, so that's what they're going for. But to me, it reads as the Gwinnett Strippers a little bit. Here's a Misiorowski True Blue, 6'7", pitching prospect for the Brewers. We then have a Brandon Birdsell refractor for the Cubs. I don't know what Lake Lanier is, unfortunately. My knowledge of the Atlanta suburbs is pretty limited, but I learned something. So, Dallas is northwest of Atlanta, and Brazelton was northeast of Atlanta. Striped bass every other weekend when I lived out there. Alright, so that makes sense why they'd call it the Stripers. It just, like when you read it, it does sound like it does look like strippers. But I get it. Elijah Green. Jet Williams base. Chase DeLauder base. Yeah. More entertaining than the fish. Both have wide mouths, though, from what I gather. But that might have been an off-color joke. Jackson Holliday, Ivan Melendez. Termar Johnson. Termar Johnson refractor. Gavin Cross base. Smell better, hopefully, indeed. Another good point. Hayden Dunhurst, the 150 for the Royals. A Jordan Beck and a Rocker refractor there. We got a Drew Thorpe to 250 for the Yankees. DeLauder refractor. Colson Montgomery sparkle. Cole Young base. Juan Bin Cho to 199 for the Cardinals. Here's a Jet Williams refractor. I don't know, man. I don't know much about Drew Thorpe, honestly. And I'm a Yankee fan. I mean, he was a relatively high pick. Pitchers are tough, though. Like, I'm a Yankee fan, and I've previously invested in James Caprillion and Clark Schmidt. Those were two of their higher pitching prospects. Didn't really make much on them. So take that for what it's worth. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't prognosticate on pitching prospects. Some make it, and when they do, they're worth something. But for every 10 pitchers, maybe one makes it, or a half makes it. I don't know. For every 100 pitchers, maybe you get 5 of them that are good. It's tough. That's why pitchers don't sell for much. Sucks, man. Being a pitching prospect, brutal. I had a friend back in grad school, and this guy played. This guy was a pitching prospect. He played for the Cal Bears, and really nice guy. He threw in the mid to high 90s apparently, and he was drafted by the Angels. And he had an arm injury, which is very common, obviously. And, you know, he never ended up making it to the big leagues. And, you know, smart guy, he ended up going to school and working in a corporate job, but it sucks. I mean, I think about it, you know, not only from the card collecting perspective, but just like the human perspective with these guys. It's pretty brutal, like the injury rate on pitchers. And these guys are kids, and they have real dreams to become big league pitchers, and a lot of those dreams are crushed. Not to put a damper, but reminded me of that story, and you know, I always kind of felt bad that that my buddy didn't make it. But anyways, I mean, regarding Drew Thorpe, I mean, these guys, if they stay healthy, a lot of times good things happen. The question is, with pitchers, how many times do they have to replace the ligaments in their elbows? And can their labrum stay intact? To me, that's the real question with pitchers. You take enough of them as an organization, a few pan out. That's how it works, but you know that. Speaking of which, we got another Cade Horton. High-end pitching prospect, but who knows? Bryce Hubbard to 150. I mean, the card market, for as irrational as it is sometimes, they do price that risk in with pitchers quite a bit, where they're not worth much of anything unless they definitively hit and they're really good. I don't quite understand it in other sports. Like goalies, to me, in hockey should be worth way more than they are. That one I don't understand. Like, yeah. See, that's the thing. I mean, that's what gets you back into it. You find those guys and then you invest, and it's great to watch them play. You know, like it makes the game so much better to watch and more intriguing. It's like gambling to an extent, but a little different because you have an asset and you're not just, you know, blindly betting on a game. So like, I'm a big Yankee fan and I have all these Aaron Judge cards. And it was always like great watching the Yankees and watching Aaron Judge develop. You know, it gives you a lot of good feedback to say, hey, like I was right. I picked the right guy. Obviously, I've picked a lot of wrong guys. My pile of Clint Frazier's and Gary Sanchez's didn't amount to much. But yeah, if you pick Michael Harris, if you pick, looks like Vaughn Grissom's a pretty good one. You know, it ties a lot of things together, and that's why we love this hobby. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys could relate to that, and I'm a big collector myself. You know, I'm doing these breaks, but I'm more of a collector than I am strictly a breaker. This is an Ezekiel Tovar color match paper for the Rockies. I mean, Harris's cards were only out in 2020. From what I remember, his stuff came out the gate, you know, not at the level they are now, but he wasn't like the cheapest prospect. And I think there was some juice there, to be honest. Like, you could have bought him way cheaper than where he is now, for sure. Like, he didn't come out the gates where he is today. We got another Jet Williams. Whew. Scott, have a day, man. Have a day, pal. Fist bump for you. I don't know if I could do a good fist bump at the camera. Fist bump for you, Scott. This is nice. A Jet Williams team color match. Blue Wave. Doing you proud here. Scott has earned it. He's been in a lot of breaks. He's hit some. He's missed some. We have a Cade Horton going out to the Cubs. This is the Scott Morton section of Mets. There's also a bunch of Braves. Cade Horton, Cubs. We then have a Justin Campbell going out to the Guardians of Cleveland with a refractor. Listen, if I can make someone happy, I'm happy. Chandler Simpson, 40 of 250 going out to Tampa. Those are goals in life. Ooh, Jared Poland going out to the Marlins. Nice little surprise hit, numbered to 71. I don't know. Not a lot of redemptions in this case so far, that's for sure. I think we got all the autos here. One box left, though. Maybe we'll get a redemption. Don't know. I've had cases that have had 3 or 4 redemptions, and obviously I've had ones that have had 0. Here's a Parada base. Kumar Rocker refractor. Yeah. I always hit Holiday. You're right. You are right. When you're right, you're right. Got a Zach Neto base. Holiday refractor. Cole Young base. Gavin Cross to 199 with an Aqua Ray wave. Nice. Drew Gilbert refractor. I would too, man. I hit a lot of holidays, and if you had the Orioles in one of my breaks and didn't hit one, that would suck indeed. Nice Gavin Cross here. And a nice holiday refractor. Both of those are top loader worthy cards. Yeah, we didn't pull you the sweet heat that time. That is true. Termar Johnson, insert Gavin Cross refractor. Elijah Green with a base. Reggie Crawford refractor. That was one of the Sweet Heat Duels casers. Great name, crafted by Jonathan Rotunda. Gavin Cross base, Kumar Rocker base, Brooks Lee refractor. Brooks Lee base. Mikey Romero base. Chase Young base. Mason Wynn with a green refractor to 99. All right, last box coming up. Good Good luck to all involved. We got a Samuel Munoz to 150 here. Henry Mendez to 199. Sweet Heat 5 line 5. Yeah, wasn't the greatest that one, but hopefully we made up for a little bit tonight, pal. You had a nice break. See if we could pull you one more. Ah, that was Doug. Yeah, Doug killed it with the Orioles. Not to pour salt on the wound, but he did. Emmanuel Rodriguez to 250 for the Twins. All right, last box here. Doug has had some good luck, for sure. All right, we got Tanner Schobel to the Twins. It's a good saying, better lucky than good. Here's a Sean McClain team color match. LA Dodgers, 134 of 150. Going out to Michael Odell. Peyton Pallett, green refractor auto, 90 of 99, going out to the White Sox. Steven Zobak, refractor, going out to the Royals. And a Victor Scott base auto going out to the Cardinals. That's right. Schobel, Schwartz, and Schweitzer. Should be a law firm. Neto. Gavin Cross insert. Cole Young base. Elijah Green base. The Louder base. J.R. Ritchie with a green to 99. Zach Neto refractor. There you go, Keith. Enjoy that. Last one that I sent to someone, he PSA 10'd it. Posted it here on Roto Breaks. Look for the post. Andy Schutz hit a sparkle of him, PSA 10. We try to keep these cards in good shape for you. We got a Mikey Romero here. This is numbered to 250 for the Red Sox. We'll do a recap of all the hits. There you go, Keith. Straight from pack to top loader. Gold refractor, first Bowman Chrome. Jake Bennett going to the Nationals. $36 of $50. Mikey Romero base. Brooks Lee base. Parada refractor. Parada base. Chase Jung base. Yasser Mercedes sparkle. That'll do it. Do the recap. Alright, what I do is I show all of the top-loaded hits. I don't call out all of the non-autos, but I do call out all of the autos. I show the non-auto ones really because if you guys have a question about shipping, you could see what was hit in the recap really easily. So I'll just go through these, and then it's really for reference. And then I'll do the auto recap, and I'll call out each one of them. Sorry about that, Jeremy. Hopefully we get you in more hits next time. I will do more random teams. I'll figure out my schedule and post them up. I have a lot of Bowman Chrome 2022. Not sure how interesting that is yet, but I think that's going to be a great set. And I'm just kind of holding those for now. Cade Horton to 71 for the Cubs. Jackson Holliday with a base. Kevin Parada to 199 Mets. Jet Williams base Mets. Parada base Mets. Jet Williams Blue Wave Mets. Elijah Green with a number to 5. MLB Draft Insert Auto 5 of 5. Victor Scott base. Zobak Refractor. Palette to 99. McLean to 150. Schobel. Poland to 71. Simpson to 250, Campbell to 499, Horton base, Birdsell to 499, Mizurowski to 150, Jimmy Crooks base, Caden Wallace base, Jared McKenzie to 199, Chandler Simpson base, Dominic Keegan to 250, Noah Schultz Blue Wave to 150, David McCabe to 499, J.R. Ritchie base, Drake Baldwin to 150, Ryan Cermak, Jacob Mizurowski to 250, Gabriel Rincones to 499. That is the break, guys. Thank you so much, as always. Truly appreciate having you guys here. More than you know. Hopefully you come back here at Roto Breaks on Facebook or on eBay. And hope to see you soon. Feel free to send me any questions, comments, or concerns. Love to hear from you. And be well. Take care.